So, welcome back to another video. Different location today. I'm currently at my mum's house. So this is the family home. In the shed, I've still got a load of car parts that I store in there. Loads of S13, S14 parts that I've just gathered over the years of having S-bodies. So yeah, I'm hoping there's a starter motor inside the shed. So I'm going to go and have a look and see if there is, because my starter motor has died. It died the other day, so fingers crossed I've got one in the shed. So unfortunately no starter motor in the shed, so I guess I'm either going to have to try and find one from somewhere, maybe try Walton Smith and his Pro, or a mate or something, try and put a search out for one, or hope that it starts enough to get it mapped on Wednesday. I don't really want to go there without a starter motor, because it won't be too pleasing for Greg to have a car that doesn't start on the button. Yeah, alternatively try and buy one, but obviously there's not a great deal of time between now and Wednesday, because this being Monday. So I don't know, we'll have to see. But I'm going to head to the workshop now anyway, and I might have a look in the workshop. We may have one there, so we will see. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Lately death's been getting ever so close. Been feeling spirits while I'm driving, I should get me a ghost. Growing up, didn't know the difference between the road and my home. Now I'm grown, I'm trying to buy every home on my road. Takeaway's been over-rinsed, I need a chef to come and live with me. Last time I picked up a pot, I nearly killed a fiend. I don't see a potent rapper out there that can mirror me. When I
quick stop off at the fuel station. I'm going to fill up with fuel, ready for Wednesday basically. One less job to do. Put some diesel in the van. Been looking lately at vans, speaking of diesel, and I don't know if many of you know, but coming up soon, well within the next few years probably, most major cities are going to ban diesel vehicles, or diesel cars, probably vans I guess as well, from, you know, going into the centre of town or even in the city. So I noticed the other day that Volkswagen have a petrol van. I wondered if that's any good for towing, that is. Obviously you need the torque. Diesels have torque and they're good on fuel, and I know the new petrol engines are good on fuel, but whether it can match up to a diesel I don't know. But pretty curious about that. I might look into that, because this van goes back next month, and I'm at the moment looking into getting another van. I'm probably going to get another Transit, but I could be persuaded, could be tempted by another make, or even a petrol perhaps, but we'll see. But I'll look into it. Anyway, fill up with fuel and then to the workshop. So back in the workshop, all I've managed to do the last like 2 hours is tidy up the toolbox over there, because all of the like insulation stuff, soundproofing stuff, falls down from the roof, and it leaves this kind of layer of like fiberglass wall stuff everywhere. Also I think there are mice in here, because you get like mouse droppings now and again. Should probably get some mouse traps, but yeah. So I spent like an hour clearing out the toolbox. I'm gonna make sure the lid's shut from now on. And then I spent probably another hour searching through my box of spares and stuff. Spare stuff. And everywhere, looking for some heat wrap. I don't have any heat wrap, unfortunately. So I'm not gonna be able to heat wrap the downpipe. There's no way I'll be able to get some before mapping on Wednesday. So all I can do is spray it. I've got some heat protective spray, high temp silicone coating. So I will spray the downpipe with that, and I'll just heat wrap and put the heat tape, heat resistant stuff over the wiper motor and the wipers So the wiper motor and the hoses and pipes at the back there. Not sure if you can see. So that is all I can do really to make sure that it's heat proofed. Took spark plug out. I'm going to get another set of spark plugs tomorrow, ready for the dyno. And now I need to drill a hole in the bonnet, cut a hole. So where this exhaust pipe is here, I'm going to have to cut a hole in the bonnet there, in my Original bonnet. Not overly excited to be cutting a hole in the bonnet, I've got to admit, but needs must if you want a bonnet exit exhaust. So that's where we're up to so far. Just basically checking over stuff, making sure the car is 100% ready for the dyno. I'm going to fill up with fuel, and that's probably about it for today, I suppose. So I'm sticking with the VP Racing C16 fuel. I've got a few barrels to use up, and I'm not sure if it's worth swapping to another fuel just yet. Obviously if I had no fuel left, then I'd be more willing to go out and buy some more fuel. But Greg seems to think that it's not necessarily the wrong fuel for the car, and he's the guy that's going to map it. So, you know, in a few months' time I may go back with different fuel. It all depends on what fuel I can get at the right price, and if we think we can get any benefits from switching to an unleaded fuel as opposed to this one, which is leaded and not oxygenated. So yeah, sticking with the C16. It's easier to pour it into this fuel jug than it is to try and pour it into the fuel tank. These jugs are really good for transporting fuel. So let me show you the exhaust pipe. Can I even call it an exhaust pipe? It's so small. I've heat proofed it somewhat, put the heat protective black paint on it, so hopefully that will help slightly. Hopefully that will go towards stopping the engine bay getting too hot and getting the hot exhaust fumes out without melting too much stuff or anything. The other heat protective precautions that I've been taking, heat protecting the wiper motor. I've still got to finish off putting some stuff on there. The heater pipes at the back, they do have some protection on, but I will be running, or I was running before, a heat shield down here, an aluminium one. So I will probably do the same thing this time, just to be overly cautious, I guess. Not the same hard material as before. Last time it was this solid bit of 3mm stainless. This time it's going to be made out of like a more traditional exhaust heat protection stuff, the stuff that's more bendable. Flexible. So I've got some of that next door. I'll go and get that tomorrow and try and make a bit of a heat shield. So yeah, hopefully it'll all be good. I'll drill a hole in the bonnet tomorrow, fit the spark plugs tomorrow, and then I'll make sure I've got the right tyres fitted. I'm not sure which tyres I should be fitting. I've heard mixed opinions whether you should run semi-slicks or like road tyres on a dyno. Obviously you want the grip, you don't want the wheels to spin up, and last time Greg wasn't too impressed when I rocked up with road tyres that had already been drifted on, so they weren't even round. They had, you know, chunks missing and probably flat spots as well. So yeah, don't ever go to a dyno with drifted on tyres is my advice. In regards to semi-slicks or road tyres, I don't know. I'm going to ask the question. I've got both sat there, so I'll make my decision once I've spoken to Greg. Yeah, so that's it for today. I'll be back in the morning. Another video up tomorrow night. Wednesday is mapping, so I'll be filming that, of course, and I'm excited but a little bit nervous. Always makes me nervous when the car goes on a dyno. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.
I really, you know, I'm a student. We all students, and we just basically we in learning mode. And I'm a music lover. I don't just love hip hop. I don't just love rap. I like rock, all different type of genres. You know what I mean? And all it is we express what we were influenced by through our music, which everybody should, because music is supposed to inspire.